everybody. So before I even start this video, this is a movie. I already made a series to drop, but I haven't dropped it yet because I'm gonna drop this movie first. And this is what if Naruto was a prodigy / what if Naruto was like Minato. So in this one, the Hokage is gonna tell Naruto about his father. And he's gonna give Naruto adequate training. So it basically begins with Naruto running in the room when he's about 4 years old, and he would say, "Hokage, as my birthday present, can you tell me who my parents were?" And then he would say, "Okay, Naruto, your parents were the fourth Hokage and his wife Kushina Uzumaki." And he would say, "Oh, my dad was Lord Fourth." Then he would say, "But you have to keep this secret." Naruto would say, "Okay, I'm gonna make sure I become as powerful as my dad was." So now Naruto would basically start training to become just like his father. And the Hokage will give him scrolls to practice all the types of taijutsu that his father learned. His father learned Namikaze, Uzumaki, and he created his own style. And Naruto learned all of them. And Hokage would teach him the basics like hand movements and feet placement. And he would go on from there. And the Hokage would give him a chakra paper, and Naruto would have wind, lightning, and water. And he would say, "Here are scrolls to learn jutsu." And then Naruto would learn through that. And it would be like a year before the academy ends. And he would say, "Naruto, your father also specialized in sealing jutsu. So I'll give you basic skills to learn. And you can learn from my own personal SEAL team." And then they would teach Naruto, how to work the SEALs. And he would be like a 3 out of 10 SEAL master once the academy ends. And Naruto learned how to do shadow clones because he still can't make regular clones no matter what. So now, when it comes to the test, Naruto would be matched up with Sasuke in a one-on-one fight. And Naruto wouldn't even go to school, so he felt all zeros. And then he would defeat Sasuke, and then Naruto would say, "Naruto, but why don't you never come to school?" He would say, "Because it's not worth it if I can just learn more at home." And then all the fans would be like, "He cheated," and this and that. And then always think Naruto was cool because nobody ever got to see that annoying side of Naruto before he entered the academy. Naruto was just a cool, calm, and collected person who didn't talk. But Hinata would still remember the day when Naruto saved her, and she would have a crush on Naruto also. And then Ino would say, "You guys, Naruto didn't cheat. He just defeated Sasuke fair and square." And then Hinata would say, "Yeah." And then I would say, "Oh, not the Hyuga princess trying to take up for someone when she can't even take up for herself." Sakura would screech. And then Naruto would say, "Hey, shut up, pink-haired brat. Can't be yelling at nobody. The only reason why you like Sasuke because he's the last Uchiha. If he wasn't the last Uchiha, you wouldn't even think he was cool. Because I remember when all the Uchiha were here, nobody was paying attention to him then, were they? No. So shut up, Sakura." And then Naruto would say, "Yeah, and don't talk to Ino like that either because Ino is pretty nice and she's a cool person. So just want to shut up, Pink Banshee." And then Sakura say, "Naruto!" She would be screeching, bro. And then Naruto would say, "Shut up." And then Ruka would say, "Calm down, you guys. Sakura, be quiet." And Sakura would say, he would say, "Nothing but nothing, Sakura, be quiet." And then everybody would be like, "Oh, this boy Naruto, legit." He would beat Sasuke in the taijutsu portion. Then he would say, "Show us a ninjutsu of your family." And then everybody in the class would be like clan heads. And then they would see Naruto doesn't have a family. Naruto would say, "What? Even though I don't know who my mom and dad is," lying to them. He would say, "The Uzumaki clan is actually a real clan. They just died out." And then Sasuke would say, "What? Your clan died out before mine? They must be weak." Naruto says, "Well, actually, if you read the history books that were at the end of the hallway instead of trying to be smart." And then he would do like the air quotes. And then he would say, "You would know that the Uzumaki clan was took down by 3 villages. The Rock, the village hidden in the mist, the village hidden in the clouds, and the village hidden in the rocks. If you know, since you know that three villages had to take out my clan, while one person took out yours, do the math. We see who's really stronger. And Sasuke would say, Naruto. And then Iruka would say, what did you learn? He would say, well, I learned one jutsu. It's about my clan's sacred Kika Genkai. And then Sasuke would say, you don't have a Kika Genkai. Then Naruto would say, chakra chains. And then chakra chains would go all around Naruto. And then Naruto would say, these chains are manifested by Uzumaki's chakra. And I just learned how to use them a couple days ago, so I can only use like 2. But, yeah. Then he would say, Uzumaki chakra chains of destruction. And then he would slam the ground, and then chakra chains would all attack the dummy, piercing it and blowing it up. Then all of them would say, wow, that jutsu's great. And then Sasuke would say, I can beat that. He would try to exhaust his chakra, and he would say, great fireball jutsu. And he would be breathing hard after he used it. And then Iruka would say, Naruto scored higher than you, Sasuke. He sustained less exhaustion by using his move. Otherwise, y'all would have tied. And then Naruto would say, it's too easy. Sasuke would say, I'm going to beat you in the kunai throwing. And then Sasuke would have his Tutomo Sharingan, and he would do it perfectly. Naruto would say, you can't beat me at this. Naruto would close his eyes, and he would open them. Then he would visualize where the kunais and shurikens hit, and he threw them. And he scored a perfect score. Naruto would say, you can only tie me, Sasuke. You could never go past me. And then Sasuke would say, oh. And then Naruto would say, Naruto's Riki of the Year. And he would be walking around the village with his headband on. All the villagers would say, what, this brat? And then a man would throw a beer bottle at Naruto. Naruto would jump up and kick the bottle. He would say, I'm not weak. I just put up that facade so you guys wouldn't think of me as a threat. But now, I'm a part of Shinobi side of the village. So if you attack me, you will be executed. I will report to the Hokage, and you will be executed. They would say, what? You can't do that. Naruto would say, I actually can. Because this is a village. This is a ninja village. So the ninja council goes far above the powers of the civilian council. The Shinobi council has far more power than the civilian council. So, if you really want to say that, take it up with Hokage. Which I will be telling about this act. A treason against his own shinobi. And he would tell the Hokage, and the Hokage would take the man to court. And Hokage would sentence the man to 5 days to a week in jail. And then Naruto would come back for their teams. And then Naruto would be on a one-on-one team with Uncle Mitarashi. And Sasuke will be on the team with Sakura and Sai. Naruto would then go through Uncle's brutal training for about 6 months. While learning more skills, and that would be about a 7 out of 10 skill master because he's a fast learner, like a prodigy type learner. And he would learn part of her snake style taijutsu and add it onto his taijutsu. And he would learn different snake style moves and some fire jutsu from her. Like snake flame, snake flare, and great snake fire jutsu. And shadow snake jutsu, and shadow snake strangle jutsu, and shadow snake possession jutsu. And then Naruto and Uncle would have to go and help Kakashi with Zabuza. Naruto would say, can I handle this? And then she would say, of course. And Naruto would say, Shadow Snake Strangle Jutsu. And he would say, Uzumaki Chakra Chains, which he's got way more proficient at. He can use about 10 now. Not the max number, but he can use about 10. And he would say, Chakra Chains, wrap him up. And then he would have one wrapped around Zabuza's neck. He would say, move, and I'll tighten it. But then a symbol would come at Naruto's neck, and he would dodge, letting go of Zabuza. Then Haku would come out. He would say, I will help my master. Naruto would say, Uncle, I'm going to handle this Haku person. Can you handle Zabuza with Kakashi? She would say, kid, remember who you talking to. I'm the Jonin sensei. He would say, of course. Then he would go against Haku. And he would say, you're not going to defeat me. And he would say, Chakra Chain of destruction. And he would slam the ground. Then the chakra would bust through all of the mirrors and wrap around Haku. And Naruto would say, my dad's move. Rasengan! He would Rasengan Haku, and Haku would start spinning and slam into a mountain and die. Naruto would go and get Haku's body and lay it next to Zabuza as he died also. But then Gato would run up and he would say, boy, I'm glad you got rid of them. We weren't going to pay them anyway. Naruto would say, what? And he would flicker his Kyuubi chakra and he would run through all of them. And Naruto would pay respects to them and would dig up their graves. Well, not dig up their graves, but dig them a grave and then put them inside the grave. Then Naruto would say, Kakashi, you should take his sword. I know you had your Sharingan active, so it'll be a great help if you knew how to use the sword, since you know how to use the sword to use it. And then Kakashi would say, sure. And Kakashi would start using the sword. Then Naruto would head back to the village, and the Hokage would congratulate Naruto on helping Sasuke. The Hokage would say, you don't have to take the Chunin exams. You can get Chunin exams. Then when Sasuke heard that, he said, why? He would say, Naruto has mastered the intermediate of 4 taijutsu styles. And he's mastered 3 chakra natures and learned extra chakra nature, learned some jutsus in the extra chakra nature. And he's very proficient in sealing jutsu. And then Sasuke would say, and then he would say he even unlocked his clan's sacred Kekkei Genkai. And then Sasuke would say, and why can't I become a Chunin? And then Hokage would say, what do you have? Sasuke would say 1 taijutsu style. He would say, Naruto has more than that. 2 chakra natures. He would say, Naruto has more than that. And my Sharingan, he would say, Naruto also has his own Kekkei Genkai. So he would say, I have Genjutsu. He would say, and Naruto has Fuin Jutsu. A way more useful thing than Genjutsu. And then Sasuke would say, I'm about to learn the Chidori. He would say Naruto already has the Rasengan. And then Sasuke would just say, oh, fine. But Naruto has to take it. Naruto says, I was going to take it anyway. I don't want to cheat my way to becoming a Chunin. I want to actually earn it. And then Sasuke would say, ooh, okay. And now, it will be time for the Chunin exams. Naruto would then say, Uncle, thanks for teaching me. She would say, oh, no, don't say thanks, because you're going to see me during the exam. I'm going to be one of the proctors. He would say, okay. They would then go to, like, the written exam where Naruto automatically found out it's in jutsu, and he would just walk away. After he walked away, he would then start on his test immediately, getting about 7 out of 9 of the questions right. And then he would start making a speech about surpassing the 4th Hokage and living up to his Uzumaki name. And then everybody would start laughing. Then Naruto would start getting Kyuubi eyes. All of them be scared. And then the BQ would say, Naruto, put it away. And then Naruto would say, oh, yeah, okay, Biki. And then it would say, how do you know him? He would say, I interrogate Naruto all the time as part of his training. And then they would say, what? He would say, Naruto is a good interrogator. He could interrogate high Chunin, low Jonin level people easily. And then Biko would say, that includes about everyone in this room. And then they would say, whew. And then Uncle busting the window, Naruto would say, oh, so you're the partner for the second exam, the Force of Death. Then she would say, Naruto, you know you're going to pass through here. This is training. We train every afternoon like this to finish off training in the Force of Death. So you better not, and I mean better not, lose in this part. And then he would say, yes, ma'am. They would say, he training here? And then they would say, she just said that this is for Umbus. That Umbus, that Chunin level fighters and up usually train here to get stronger, and he always goes here. They would say he must be powerful. Naruto would then be running through the forest after the event started. He would already have his scrolls, and then he would get met by a giant tiger. And then the tiger would say, and then the tiger and Naruto would be running around in circles. And it would be a giant Bengal tiger. But this Bengal tiger stripes wouldn't be black; they would be white. And then Naruto would say, "Oh, so you're exotic." The tiger would say, and then it would roar. Then it would jump at Naruto, and Naruto and the tiger will get tired fighting each other. Then he would say, "Uncle said that there were 5 boss animals out here, 3 on land, 1 in the water, and 1 in the air. I didn't know you were one of the bosses." Then the tiger would say, Naruto would walk away, then the tiger would follow him. He would say, "Do you want to come with me?" The tiger would say, and then he would say, "I guess so." And then he would ride on Tiger's back all the way to the examination area. And then the proctor would say, "You cannot let that thing in here." Then he would say, "This is my pet, so let him in, or you have to deal with him." And then the tiger would say, and Naruto would say, "He's not grown yet either. He's about my age, actually. We're going to become grown at the same time. So you want to deal with him now, or 9 years later when you didn't let him come in with me?" And then the dude would say, "Yeah, you're right." And then the tiger would walk in, and everybody would say, "What? Naruto got a tiger?" And then Sasuke would say, "That ain't fair. I want an animal." And then Uncle would say, "Naruto, you got a ninja animal?" And then Naruto would say, "Yeah." She would say, "What? Isn't this one of the 5 kings of the forest?" Naruto would say, "Yep." She would say, "You're gonna break the balance of the forest." Naruto would say, "Nope." It was a white tiger with black stripes, the same size as him and the same strength. He just took over. Then she would say, "Okay, at least the force balance is still is okay." And then Naruto would say, "So what is the next part?" Then she would say, "I think it's gonna be fighting matches." And Naruto would get put up against Kiba, but they would have a week before the fighting starts. Naruto would go and get his tiger checked out. And once he walked into Kiba's sister's office with that thing, she said, "Rah, ah." And then her dogs, her two twin dogs came in and were barking at the tiger. And the tiger growled once and the dogs ran away. She would say, "It's a big ninja animal, isn't it?" And Naruto would say, "Yep. This boy right here is big. But he's my best friend." And then she would say, well, this tiger can use lightning chakra nature. And it can use basic jutsu like lightning bullet and lightning ball. And it can amplify his body with lightning, making it faster. It can also use a lightning claw jutsu to put on his claws and teeth to attack better. And you have to work on these skills. Naruto would do it, but the tiger would know most of it. It would just have a problem amplifying his body with chakra. Then Naruto and will walk from the stands to battle Kiba after Neji fight already happened and stuff like that. Naruto would walk in and he would say, "Kiba." Well, he would walk down and he would see Kiba, "Forfeit or you're gonna get hurt." Kiba would say, "What can hurt me?" Naruto would say, he would whistle, he would say, and then a tiger would jump over the gate, like over the wall, and then would land in the stadium. Then Anbu would have their jutsu aimed at it. Then Naruto would say, "Stop, it's my ninja animal. Put those things away." And then they would stop their hand signs and disperse the jutsu. The Hokage would say, "Naruto, what a fine ninja animal. The battle begin." Naruto would say, "Take the puppy, Kira." And then the tiger name would be Kira, and then the Kira would say, and then Kira would chase after Akamaru. Kiba would say, "Akamaru." Naruto would say, "Your fights with me," and he would punch Kiba in the face, slam him into the wall, and making a crater. Kiba would then say, "Fang over fang." And Kira would hold both of them back, and then Naruto would uppercut Kiba and Akamaru, slamming them into the wall again. And this will go on about 2 more times before Kiba they both tried to double team Naruto. Then Naruto would kick Kiba in the face, and his tiger would slap Kiba with a lightning paw. And then it would hit Akamaru with a lightning tail. And it would knock both of them back. And then Naruto would say, "Partner, are you going to call the match? This is a brutal beating." And the partner would say, the match's over, Naruto Uzumaki won. And then Naruto and his tiger would be walking off. Kiba would try to attack him, and his tiger would turn around and would aim his teeth at Akamaru and Kiba with lightning on it. Then Naruto would say, I advise trying not to sneak up on me with my giant tiger right next to me. Kiba would then say, come on, Akamaru. And then Naruto would say, good dubs. Flashback. When Ino got defeated by Sakura, when Ino and Sakura tied, Naruto would catch her. But Hinata and Neji fight would be postponed because they had to help the stadium. So their fight would be after Naruto's. They would change the matches. Hinata and Neji would be fighting, and Neji would be about to attack Hinata. Naruto would say, and then his tiger would growl at Neji with lightning teeth right at his neck. And then Naruto would pick up Hinata and hold her bridle style. And then he would get on his tiger's back. His tiger would leap up into the stands, and Naruto would give Hinata to Hiyashi. And he would say, here's your daughter, sir. I'm sorry, your nephew would ever do anything like that. He would say, thank you, boy. He would say, you're welcome, sir. And Neji will be going up against Naruto next. Naruto would say, bro, you weak, bro. You're not going to beat me. You might as well give up. Neji said, sure. And Naruto would have the first match, so Naruto is going to be dirty. But Naruto would ask the Hokage that night. He would say, Hokage, is it cheating if I put up traps the night before the match? He would say, no. A ninja's best advantage is the element of surprise and his mind. So if you think to set up traps, and he doesn't think that you're going to set up traps, you already won the fight. And then Naruto would say, that's what I like to hear. He was going to set ceiling traps everywhere. Explosion seals, elemental seals. They're going to let out elemental jutsus like water bullets and fire bullets, earth bullets, stuff like that. Lightning bullets, lightning bolts, fireballs, water waves, earth bombs, and wind strikes. And then it would be the day of that match. Naruto would give him Neji a straight line to the center. And then Naruto would kick at Neji, and Neji would fall into his traps. Naruto would stick to the wall, and then Neji would think it's safe to stick to the wall. And suddenly he jumped and hit the wall. A lightning bolt would electrocute him. And then Naruto would say, oh, you didn't know? My main affinity is lightning. So I'm a very useful lightning user. Then he would say, and he would blitz behind him, and he would touch his back. He would say, lightning palm, and then he would send electricity through Neji's body, knocking him out. He would say, Proctors, that's the match. That's the match. And then the Proctor would say, wow. Everything else would happen as normal. But then, Gaara, you know what I'm saying? Like, Gaara. When Gaara happened, Naruto would tell Gaara he doesn't need to go insane and he can sleep. Here's a seal. Leave and use it if you want to keep the tailed beast away from you. And Naruto would say this is a 3-element seal: wind, lightning, and water. Your earth and wind chakras weaknesses. And then Gaara would say thanks. And then Naruto would say, no problem, from one Jinchuriki to another. Then Naruto would, he would see the Hokage is dead, and he would vow to become stronger so no one he loves dies. And Sasuke would leave with the people, and Naruto would beat the fuck out of Sasuke and make Sasuke stay in the village. But Orochimaru would come back and take Sasuke the next week. So Naruto fought with Sasuke in his Kyuubi mode for nothing. And everybody would blame Naruto for Sasuke leaving the second time. Naruto would say, if my dad wasn't the fourth Hokage, I would leave this village. And Naruto had a rank of Jonin, so the Hokage would say, you can tell everybody about your heritage. He would have a giant village meeting, and he said, mandatory, everyone must be there. Naruto would say, if you all want to know, you've been hating on your Yondaime Hokage's son. I'm Minato Namikaze and Kushina Uzumaki's son. I'm the fourth Hokage's son. The man who you say has killed the tail beast, the nine tail beast. He sealed it inside his own son because he couldn't bear to do it to anybody else's children. And look at how you treated me. I saved the entire village, and my father wanted all y'all to admire me and congratulate me for protecting this village. But no, all y'all did was hate me. None that y'all know about my father. Don't try to be, honorable Lord Fourth Son. I just want to be plain old Naruto. Don't act nice to me. Just act like I'm a regular person. And then everybody will be stunned. And then Teuchi would say, I always knew you was my old friend's son. And then everybody would say, how could we not see the resemblance, the blue eyes, the blonde hair? He had his mother's enthusiasm. Then Naruto would say, oh, it's all right now. I don't need any of you. So don't try to be nice to me now. Now that you know who my parents are, you should have thought about that when you were hating me. And then everybody would say, honorable Lord Fourth Son, we're sorry. He would say, nah, y'all good. Don't worry about that. Just know that you and all these other villagers let my father down. Just know that all y'all let my father down. The man who protected y'all and saved this village, y'all let him down, bro. Y'all let him down, man. Y'all let him down. Let me pause the video. Yeah, everybody. So, none of everybody knows about Naruto. Naruto be getting praised by the villagers, getting free stuff, and all that other stuff. And and Naruto wouldn't be dense. And he would know that Hinata and Ino has a crush on him. And he would ask the now Hokage Tsunade, because he went through all the stuff to go and get her and stuff. And he would now be a perfect seal master. The last thing he would want to learn would be his father's sacred technique, the Flying Rising. But we're not going to go to that right now. He would talk to Tsunade and he would say, if two girls like you, Tsunade, and you don't want to hurt them both, Granny Tsunade, how would you go about that? She would say, either way, Naruto, so whoever you pick, someone's going to be hurt. So how about you either don't pick, you pick neither one, or you pick both. Those are literally the only options, and picking both is going to be a lot of work. Naruto would say, I'm picking both. And he would leave, and she would say, wait, Naruto, you didn't let me finish. And she would say, oh, there he goes. And then he would go as Ino and Hinata on a date at the same time. And he would say, if they meet each other before they walk in, I might get cussed out before I get to talk. And they would meet each other at the front gate at the same exact time. They would say, why are you here? And then both of them would say, I have a date with Naruto-kun. And then they would say, what? They would say, Naruto. He would say, before you yell, can I explain? They would say, explain. And both of them would be mad. And Hinata would be kind of embarrassed mad. And then he would say, I know both of you have a crush on me. And I don't want to split you two up or pick between you. So I chose both of you. And then they would say, can you have two wives? He would say, well, I am the Uzumaki and Namikaze clan, which are both endangered clans. So they could put me in the Clan Restoration Act, and I'll make both of you my wife. It's that simple. And both of them would say, well, are you fine with that? Hinata, Ino would say, and Hinata would say, Ino, what about you? They would say, yeah, of course. And then he would say, well, both of you are my now girlfriends, Hinata Uzumaki and Ino Uzumaki. Well, that's for the future, but yeah. And then both of them would blush. They would say, oh, we're going to have Naruto-kun's last name, and then they're going to eat, and, stuff like that. And then Naruto is going to get the call to go on the training journey with Jiraiya. And I'm about to go and do something, so I'm going to pause the video, and I'm going to start back there. Then he'll have to break the news to Hinata and Ino. And Hinata and Ino would be crying. They would be like, Naruto, do you have to leave? And then Naruto would say, it's a group named the Akatsuki after me, and I have to go and train to make sure they can't take me away from you permanently. And then both of them would say, okay, Naruto, we'll wait for you. And then Naruto would say, I'll be back in 3 years. And they would say, okay, Naruto, cool. Then Naruto would go and train with Jiraiya, but he wouldn't have to do the training that he did in canon. He would do his start on his Sage Mode training. And he would learn Sage Mode and get Sacred Toad techniques. And then he would get a whole bunch of Toad summonings, like in canon, including Gamakichi. And before he came back, he would master the Flying Rising level 2 that his father created, being a perfect copy of Minato. And when he came back, everyone would be astonished of his power. They would say, it's the second coming of Yellow Flash. Yellow Flash Jr. That would be his name in the bingo book, and he would be the same rank as his father. Triple S rank. And Ino and Hinata, they would be infatuated by how powerful Naruto is. And they would see how muscular Naruto is, and how much he's grown, and just overall how much better he looks. And they would see two new scars. Well, they would see a new scar. It will be an X scar. Well, it will be a slash on his chest, like an X slash on his chest. And then he have a scar on his right under his right eye. And then they would say, Naruto. And when Naruto seen Ino and Hinata run up to him to jump and hug him, he would see how much their body has matured. You know what I'm saying? They got the plump, you know what I'm saying? They look better. They got the curves and all, you know what I'm saying? And then both of them would tackle him, and Naruto would slightly blush. And then they would feel their boobs pressed up on Naruto's chest. And then Naruto would say, you guys? And they would say, oh, sorry, Naruto. And then Naruto would say, are you coming back to my house? They would say, you still live in an apartment? He would say, oh, no. I have a 3-bedroom apartment. And then they would say, I thought you had a 3-bedroom apartment. He would say, oh, I meant that's part of my house, like, but it doesn't have anything in there. Then they would say, why do you need such a big thing? He will open like a large garage door that's like connected to the house. Well, it's the whole apartment, but it doesn't have a front of the apartment. It's like a wall. And he will open it, and then they would see a giant tiger. And they would say, what? Isn't this your... He would say, yes, it grows as it gets more powerful and as it gets older. So, this is as most powerful as it's going to get. And then they would say, what? And then Naruto would say, yep. So I had to make it his own summoning contract using Sealing Jutsu, because I can't just be walking around with it everywhere. And then I would say, yeah, you're right. And then he would say, I have a release seal inside of here. So when I'm done battling, I can send it back. Then they would say, that's smart. Then Naruto would lay down on the couch, and both of them would lay on each side of him, and they would put their head on his shoulder. And then Naruto would say, well, what do y'all want to watch? And they would say, we want to watch Leaf Flicks. Then they would say, then Naruto would say, what do y'all want to watch? They would say, a horror movie. It doesn't matter. And now it's about nighttime. It's dark, and they're just now finishing the horror movie, and the girls jump, and then you don't want to let go of Naruto. Naruto says, I guess I'm sleeping here tonight. And then girls would go to sleep on his shoulders, and Naruto would go to sleep. Naruto would wake up to the morning to cooking. And to cleaning. And then he'll have a meeting with the Hokage. And Tsunade would then say, Naruto, I need you at the council meeting. And Hinata and Ino would come with him. Hinata would sit beside Naruto, and he would hold Hinata by the waist and pull her close. Her head would be on his chest, and Ino would sit in his lap. But that would be after Tsunade said there's only 2 seats left, and that would happen. And then Ino's father, and Hiyashi would say, unhand our daughters. He would say, but these are my future wives. And they would say, oh, okay. Since you plan on marrying them, I don't see no problem with it. Inochi would say, and then Hiyashi would say, but you haven't married them yet, have you? And then Naruto would say, I know this what it's about. Y'all want me to reproduce to remake the Uzumaki clan, and it's not finna happen. But I do still want to be in the the thing to reproduce my clan, the clan restoration. But it's only because I want to marry Ino and Hinata, no one else. And then Tsunade would say, okay, Naruto. And then civilian council would say, we need that Uzumaki and Namikaze blood to go to the next generations. So you will marry as many as we tell you. Naruto would glare at them. He would say, oh, I am I? They would say, yeah. Naruto would say, make me. And his QB eyes would glare. And he would go to KCM 2 plus Sage Mode. He would say, no one in this village can stop me. You can try, though. And Sasuke would walk in. He would say, Naruto, I know I'm a match for you. And he would turn out his EMS. And Naruto would say, besides Sasuke, that is. And then they would say, Sasuke, you're a traitor. And then Anbu would throw knives at Sasuke. And Naruto would block it with a shuriken. He would say, who are you? Oh, you're lower ranked than us, aren't you? Oh, Tsunade didn't tell the village. Sasuke killed Orochimaru just to join back with the village. So put your weapons down, Anbu, because we're special Anbu captains. Well, I'm actually the head of the regular Anbu, and Sasuke is the head of the root Anbu. That's why you see Danzo's spot empty, where he's not sitting, because Sasuke killed him. He's the reason why the Uchiha clan massacred, and why most of the Akatsuki want to destroy the leaf. So we offed him. Sasuke would say it felt good too once I found the truth about Itachi. Naruto would say, so as you see, we have the second highest ranks in the village. Higher than council members, higher than civilian council, higher than shinobi council, higher than the elders. We're only under Tsunade, the Hokage, so before you speak to me in a tone that you think is fitting of someone who's over me, just remember that I'm over you and you're under me. And all the civilian council would shudder, and Naruto would say, so what were you saying about the Clan Restoration Act? They would say, oh no, you marry who you want, Naruto-sama. He would say, I thought so. He would say, come on ladies, let's go. And then I would say, let's show our fathers. And then Naruto would say, it's nothing special. And then Ino and Hinata would show their father. Ino would show him a big purple, a big like dark blue purple ring, and Hinata would show him a big, just deep purple ring. And then they would say, this is our anniversary gifts. And he said our wedding rings are both gonna be silver. Well, he said Hinata's gonna be golden with a big white diamond, and mine is gonna be silver with a big white diamond. And then Inochi would say, why is hers golden and yours silver? Ino would say, because I asked for silver, Dad. And then he would say, Naruto would say, I will never pick favorites between my 2 favorite women in the world. And then both of them would hug him. And in heaven, Minato would be saying, that's my boy. And then Kushina would bop him upside the head. He would say, don't talk about our son like that. And he would say, you know you're proud of him, marrying 2 beautiful young ladies. And he would say, of course, but you are going a little bit too far. And Naruto and Jiraiya would defeat Pain, the 6 Paths of Pain together. Yeah. Yeah. Then Kakashi would become the 6th Hokage. And, it would be peace amongst everyone. But then the Shinobi War would happen. Naruto would kill as many White Zetsu as possible. But when he found out they were trying to keep him in one spot because he was a Jinchuriki, he broke through all the force fields by himself and took the fight to them. But this time he's way more powerful, so he could defeat Obito on his own. And when Madara came, my guy would almost die again. But Naruto and Sasuke would get their 6 paths, you know what I'm saying? They would get their 6 paths. And then they would duke it out with Madara, boom, boom, boom. Knock Madara ass out, you know what I'm saying? Then they would wind that bitch back, beat the fuck out of Madara. Then Madara would try to absorb the tree and he would get even more powerful. But Sasuke would stop Madara's limbo with his own. And Naruto would, just be sensing the limbo and stopping him. Then Black Zetsu would turn Madara into Kaguya. And the whole battle would happen. Kakashi would get his double Mangekyo, Then, you know what I'm saying? Then they would seal Kaguya back. After the war's over, Sasuke and Naruto wouldn't have that final fight. Because Sasuke doesn't want to be Hokage. He just, you know what I'm saying? He already back at the village. He know he's going to be the next Shadow Hokage. So there's no point in, fighting over that. And then he would then Naruto would say that was a good fight. And him and Ino would get married the next year. Him, Ino, and Hinata would get married the next year because they would all be turning 18. And then they would be able to do the deed. But an alien, like an Otsutsuki named Tonari and his friend named Onari would take Ino and Hinata. And Naruto would ask Sasuke to teleport him onto the planet, and he would be duking out with both of them. And then one of them would slice the moon in half, and the other one would slice the moon into a fourth. And then Naruto would be fighting for Ino and Hinata. And then he would use his Rasengan. He would tell both of them to hold on. And they would hold on. They would blast his Rasengan to bring them back to, Earth. Then they would be happy. But this is the jealousy arc. No. They would start getting into a fight with more and more women about Naruto. And Naruto would wonder why. And then they would say, because the women always say how they're going to take you away from us. And then Naruto would say, you don't have to worry about that. Then Naruto would see a red-headed girl with glasses and red eyes walking by. He would say, excuse me, miss, you dropped your wallet. And then she would say, thanks. She would look at Naruto. She would say, are you Naruto Uzumaki? He would say, yes. She would say, do you know my friend? His name's Sasuke Uchiha. He would say, yeah. He's my best friend, my homeboy. She would say, do you want to go out to dinner? He would say, he would rub his back of his head. He would say, I'm married. And then he would show one ring finger on each of his ring fingers. Then she would say, oh, no, just a friendly date. And Ino and Hinata would start to like Karin more and more as a friend. And Karin would start to develop feelings for Naruto. And that's when Ino and Hinata would add Karin on board to marry Naruto. Naruto would be fine with this as long as they are. And he would marry Karin as well. Then, you know what I'm saying? Then Naruto and Sasuke were having a discussion about lately how many more Otsutsuki they seen, and they were forming an alliance with all the other villages once Naruto became Hokage. And he will become Hokage the next week. And Sasuke will become the official Shadow Hokage, and you know what I'm saying, like, Sasuke would take over Jiraiya's spy network. And they would just be, you know what I'm saying, they would be chilling. But then they would see a sudden reanimation, and all the former Kages will be attacking Naruto, except for Tsunade and Kakashi. And Naruto will be facing off with them, him and Sasuke, and all the former Shadow Kages, being Madara, you know what I'm saying, Izuna, Danzo, and Sasuke's father, or all the Shadow Kages. And then Naruto and Sasuke will be using their best abilities to defeat them. Naruto will be doing the Hokages, and Sasuke will be doing the Shadow Kages. And after they defeated them, they would say, "Who sent you?" They would say, "A failed experiment." And they would die. Well, they would like go back, you know what I'm saying. Then Naruto said, "We have to get to the bottom of this." And then people would suddenly just start blowing up everywhere. But it will be because of a seal master. And they would track him down to the Uzumaki labyrinth. Sasuke would kill him, but would get infected with a virus at the same time. And he would get sent back to the village. Sakura would be saying, "Sasuke, Sasuke." And then Sasuke would say, "Can you heal me?" She would say, "This is out of my reach." He would say, "You the best healer we got." Naruto would say, "If I could just connect to the 6th path chakra, I could help you." He would say, "I hope you do, Naruto." And then he would go into a coma-like state. And then Naruto would start meditating. He would say, Om. And him and the Sage Power would meet. And Kurama would be there too. Sage Power would say, "Why do you connect to me, boy?" He would say, "Because Sasuke, he needs help." And Sage Power would say, "Why not unlock your mode yourself?" He would say, "How?" He would say, "Well, that's on you to know. Just know that your greatest power is always within." And then Naruto would be meditating, going deeper and deeper into his mind. And he would see a door with a person in front of it, blocking the door. And he would say, I need this to help Sasuke." And then it would be Dark Naruto. And Dark Naruto would say, you have to accept me. You have to accept that you hated the villagers at one point. You have to accept that you hated Sasuke at one point. You have to accept that you had depression and fear and hatred in your heart, or you will never be able to unlock the true power of the Sage Paths to save your friend. Naruto would look back to him and Ino and Hinata, to Jiraiya and Tsunade and Kakashi, to Itachi, Zabuza, and Haku, to all the other people he met on his journey. And everyone else he's seen on his journey. And then he would say, I accept it, okay? I accept it. I just want my friend back. And then Naruto would start to glow in the room. And everybody would say, Naruto, wake up. They would shake him. He would wake up. He would have a Sage Power Tracker. He would put his hand on Sasuke and he would say, Sasuke, come back to us. He would heal Sasuke. And Sasuke would say, Naruto, bro, you saved me again. And then both of them would, they would dap each other up. And then they would walk out. The whole village would then have a feast. And everybody would do their thing, you know what I'm saying? And Hinata, Karin, would say, we got something for you tonight. And then Naruto would say, because he would be a little drunk, he would say, He would be giggling and he would say, yeah, I think I know what that is. And then both of them would say, and then all of them would say, oh, hush up. The next day, Naruto would say, boys, y'all won't believe the night I had. Sasuke would say, I know right. And then everybody would say, I know right. Except for Shino. And then they would say, Shino, bro, you gotta get a girl, bro. It's not that hard. He would say, none of these girls in this village appreciate bugs. They would say, well, you ain't lying, bro. Gotta put that one up high. Then all of them would say, you ain't lying, bro. He would say, I know, right? And then all of them would say, yeah. And then Naruto would say, we're gonna get you a girl, Shino. And then Shino would say, oh, you don't got to go out your way to get me a girlfriend. Naruto would yell out loud, who say, anybody who wants to get my man, say I. And then everybody who said I, he would say, if you like bugs, say I. And then all they would say, and then only like 2 girls would say I. He would say, if you like a quiet person who you can have long, comfortable, deep conversations with, say I. And then 1 girl would say I. And then Naruto would say, that's your girl, go and get her. And then he would look at the girl, and the girl would say, oh, my name's Shion. And then he would say, my name's Shino. And then she would say, what type of bugs do you have? And he would say, well, I'm a part of the, I'm an Aburame clan. She would say, well, then the girl next to her would say, Shion, don't mess with my friend like that. And this would be the Shion that tried to go up with Naruto. He would say, I'm the girl who said it. And then he would say, who are you? She would say, I have bugs sitting inside of me too. He would say, what? She would say, I'm the 7,000 Jinchuriki Fu. And that QB is a bug. He would say, I think I fell in love. And then she said, what? He would say, nothing. She would say, nah, I heard you. But she would say, but it was cute though, so it don't matter. Then he would say, thanks. She would say, no problem. He would then say, can I take you out? She would say, aren't we already out? He would say, do you want to go to another restaurant? She would say, sure. He would say, what do you want to eat? She would say, maybe some roasted pork. And then he would go to the fanciest joint he could afford, a 4-star restaurant. And then they would get the pork and different things like that. And then he would go back, he would tell them how good the date went. Naruto was like, yeah, boy, I put you on, boy. You know what I'm saying? My boy got, yeah. And everybody would be like, Shino. And then Fu would say, Shion, girl. He's so quiet but caring. And he's nice. Shion would say, he's a pushover. Then Fu would say, just because you like dudes who's going to always tell you what to do and doesn't listen to your opinion, doesn't mean that he's a pushover. He's just a gentle, caring person. And we're so much alike. We both harbor bugs. Even though mine's a giant 7-tailed beast. But we both like to study different insects and different things like that. We love nature and everything it has to offer. We love the quiet, long movies. We're just perfect for each other, Shion. And Shion would say, girl, if you think so, go for it. And she would run up to Shino. And the boys would slowly walk away. And then she would say, Shino. All the boys would turn around. And Naruto would say, hey, y'all, she running back. Let's see what she got to say. And Naruto would disguise his chakra. And she would say, I know you're right there. I'm not going to talk to you until you leave. Until you leave. And he would say, aye. And he left. Then she would say, Shino, do you want to date? Shino would say, it's kind of fast, but yeah, sure. And then she would say, oh, girl, we're dating now. And he would say, you come to my house for a little movie or whatever. And then Shino would say, then we're going to skip to about 6 months after Shino and Fu been dating for a little minute. And everybody going to have a big, party at Naruto's house and talk about how everyone met each other. They're gonna play some games. And overall enjoy their day. And shoot, they're gonna live decent after that. And Naruto's gonna achieve what he wanted to achieve most, become more powerful than his father and all the other Hokage. That's the end of this video. I hope you guys like it, because I'm finna drop that tomorrow. I'm gonna schedule it for 1:30. And yeah, catch you guys later. That's the end of this vid.